Hi everyone, today I will explain you ratios. Ratios basically it's when you compare two quantities and we're going to have the antecedent and the consequent. Here we have a definition for ratio, a formal definition for ratios, but basically it's when you compare two quantities. These quantities can be any quantity, so you're going to have the antecedent and the consequent. The antecedent is going to be the first quantity and the consequent is going to be the second quantity. Remember, if we have, for example, apples and orange and you need to compare them, so it's going to be the apple, it's going to be the antecedent, and the consequent, it's going to be the orange. But you can compare the orange to apple, so orange is going to be the antecedent and apple is going to be the consequent. For this, to explain this topic, I have this situation. Karol G and Bad Bunny post a photo in Facebook getting the following reactions in 1 hour. Use this information to compare Karol G's reactions to Bad Bunny's reactions in Facebook. So remember, here we have we need to compare Karol G to Bad Bunny. So Karol G is going to be our antecedent and Bad Bunny is going to be the consequent. So for this situation, we are going to write antecedent here and consequent. Remember, it's important to identify which quantity do we need to compare. In this case, we are going to compare reactions, antecedents and consequent. So here we have the quantity for reactions for the like, for love, for ha ha ha, for care, for wall, for sad, and for angry. So for lights, remember we are going to compare Karol G to Bad Bunny. So first we are going to write Karol G information and then to Bad Bunny reactions. So in this case, if you see, Karol G has 80 likes and Bad Bunny has 100 likes. So we are going to write Karol G, remember, it's 80 over 100. Why over 100? Because Bad Bunny have 100 likes. Even these quantities you can represent as in another way, in this case as a fraction. Now this one you can compare with columns like this, or you can use 80 to 100. So that's three ways you can represent these ratios. Remember, ratios is when you compare two quantities. So in this case, we had the two quantities about likes in the post or in the update of Facebook for each one. So now for love, Bad Bunny has 245 and Karol G has 445. But in this case, remember, we are comparing Karol G to Bad Bunny. So we're going to have 545 over 245, that is the reactions for Bad Bunny. Another way it's going to be 445 to 245, and the last one is going to be 445 to 245. So this is Bad Bunny's reactions to and Karol G's reactions. Remember, in this case, we are comparing to Karol G to Bad Bunny in this specific photo. Now we have sad. For sad, we have two. Karol G, we have 2, and Bad Bunny, we have how many? Let me see. 2. We have the same quantity, so we're gonna have 2 over 2. We have 2 columns, column 2, and we have 2, 2, 2. These are the three ways that you can compare this ratio. Okay, remember, you can compare in these three ways. Now, angry, we have for Karol G 23 and for Bad Bunny 23. I'm gonna change this one to 230 here, and it's gonna be for Karol G 230 over 30. That it's over its Bad Bunny, and here we have 230 Karol G. And 23. Remember, Bad Bunny it's 23. That's my mistake. So we're gonna change this 23. 23. And the last one is gonna be 230 over or 223. 230 to 23. This is the three ways that you can compare these reactions in Facebook in this post. Even if you want, you can compare the reactions to Bad Bunny to Karol G. Okay, in this case, the antecedent is gonna be Bad Bunny, and the consequent will be Karol G. So basically, this is ratio when you compare two quantities.